Hi, Lucy and I are back for another video, although I think she is kind of sleepy and not gonna stay with me, which is fine. I just wanted to say that you all have been doing an awesome job. I know it's kind of hard to adapt to this different way of taking art, but I've been really excited when I've been opening your assignments to see what you guys have submitted. They've been really fun and really creative, and it's fun to put the lesson together and then see that you guys got it. So I just want to say thank you for all of your hard work and for letting me see your creativity. So first, I wanted to give you an overview of the week. Okay, so here is a glance at your week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday for e-learning for the week of April 14th, 15th, and 16th. So I'm just going to briefly talk a little bit about each one, but obviously you'll see more within its learning. So Tuesday is kind of a check-in day. We've been doing e-learning for 3 weeks now. This is going into our 4th. And since e-learning has started, it has even evolved. So now we all know that school is not going to resume and going back to regular classes this school year. So I know that things are not normal right now. So I wanted to take the chance to pause kind of, but still relate to art, and you'll see throughout the week how we're going to do that. But to kind of check in and see how you are and how you're doing and how you're doing in my class so far. And I saw this quote on Instagram this week, and it has really stood with me. But of course, when I went to go back and find the post so that I could screenshot it and put it in the video, I could not find what account that I followed posted it. So I made my own graphic to go with it. But it says, current reality, not the new normal. So I've heard a lot of people throwing around the phrase that they're getting used to this new normal and that they're adapting to this new normal and whatever. But it's not necessarily the new normal. It's just our current reality and how things currently are. So I think eventually, maybe not just overnight, in fact, definitely not overnight, but things will slowly start to go back to relatively normal eventually. Things might be a little bit different within your house and within your family, but I think overall, eventually things will go back to normal. Eventually we'll go back to classes at Northside, or if you're an 8th grader, you'll be going to taking your classes at the high school, which is really exciting. So I just want you to kind of think on that and just wanted to share that mindset with you, thinking that this is how it is right now, but it's not meaning that that's what we're going to be stuck dealing with. As it is kind of a check-in day, it is also a catch-up day if you are missing any assignments. So this is what the gradebook looks like from the start of e-learning to last week, April 9th. So if you have not turned in an assignment or submitted it, then you'll see that you have a 0 and it's marked missing with that little orange square. This is kind of for you and I both, just to keep track of missing work. I know that there's a lot of assignments with e-learning and a lot to keep track of in all your classes. But just because you have a 0, it doesn't mean that it is permanent. Any assignment that is submitted with effort, I will still grade and give you full credit. So I want to encourage you to take Tuesday to check in on your grades, and if you're missing anything, then please get that submitted. If you have questions, please let me know. A few of you may also see that green check mark, which means collected, and there's not a grade. So if that is in your Power School on one of your assignments, then that means I did get something submitted from you, but either I was unable to open the file or did not have access to the file, or that was usually the situation. And I tried to reach out to those students, but there's been a decent amount of those that has happened. Or that could also mean that you just didn't quite satisfy the assignment and did not follow the directions enough for me to count what you did submit. But again, if you have any questions or you think you submitted something and the gradebook does not show that you did, then please double check in its learning and message me so I can double check on my end as well. Going back to the rest of the week, On Wednesday, we'll kind of look at different emotions and artworks and kind of how we can portray those. And then Thursday, your main project this week, I want you to basically create an artwork that expresses your emotion or your mood or how you're doing. So again, I'll explain that more in detail on the pages on It's Learning, but I just wanted to give you a heads up so that you could kind of be processing that and thinking that throughout the week. So then Thursday, you have an awesome project to turn in. And then we can also use the information that we learned in the first 3 weeks and kind of build off of that to create your project for Thursday. So using information from what are the elements of art and how can I include those in my project, as well as if you don't have a lot of art supplies, you saw last week how we can use found objects to incorporate those in your projects as well. Okay, so just a few other things here. If you haven't seen the March Madness, this is a tab in the resources in your folder. And so this week it is the 3rd week, and basically it's just 2 different artists with artwork posted up against each other. So I wanted to throw this in because right now we are all without sports, and generally during March there's March Madness with the college basketball, which is kind of fun to fill out a bracket and see how your teams do. So that's what I tried to base this off of. And I've had a few messages about this. It is written with that folder and with those pages, but it is just optional. But again, I think it's fun, and then you get exposed to some different artworks throughout art history. So this week, we're slowly narrowing it down, and there's only 4 games for you to vote on. So there's just polls, as you can see on that page for you to vote. So go ahead and take a look at that if you have time. Speaking of polls, there's also a few other polls added to the Tuesday page, so you can check those out. Let me know if you have just any other suggestions in general. So again, this week is just kind of checking in, and I just want to re-emphasize that I hope that you're taking care of yourself. Again, I know that it's different and that things are kind of frustrating and might be a struggle, but make sure that you are keeping up with your work. It might be easy to just make a to-do list of everything that you have to do, and then I think it feels good as I'm checking those off of my list and getting things done. And it's overwhelming to see it all, but if you just focus on one thing at a time, then I think that helps make it easier. And again, if there's anything that I can do to help you, whether it's in my class or just in general, please let me know and reach out to me on It's Learning. I've also had a few students message me saying, I'm sorry to bother you, or I'm sorry I'm not getting this, and I don't want you to ever feel bad for reaching out for help. That's what I'm here for. That's my job. Your other teachers as well. We want to help you, and we want to help you do well. So if you ever are confused or have any questions, or you're just not understanding something, please feel free to message me on It's Learning, or you can also email me at my school email. I've also had a few students say, please don't be mad at me, and I'm not going to be mad at you. I'm not. I'm here to help you again. So if you have questions and you're not understanding, I know that some of the stuff is a little confusing, or it's a little confusing to figure out how to submit it, or that the camera on your computer doesn't work so you can't take a picture of it. So please talk to me, reach out to me, message me, tell me what's going on so that I'm able to help you. And it looks like my sleeping assistant has gone back to napping. So Lucy is proud. Oh, hi, Lucy. She's proud of you all too. She's sat by my side as I've been grading and as I've been responding to messages. And pretty much actually she's been sleeping. But she's proud of you. I'm proud of you. We're both here for you. Let me know how we can help.